Welcome to our journey through American history. Today, we'll explore the lives and legacies of all 46 U.S. presidents. Let's dive in. 1. George Washington. George Washington, the first president, set many precedents and helped lay the foundation of the U.S. government. 2. John Adams. John Adams, the first vice president turned second president, faced the Quasi-War with France and passed the controversial Alien and Sedition Acts. 3. Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson, the principal author of the Declaration of Independence, doubled the nation's size with the Louisiana Purchase. 4. James Madison. James Madison, the father of the Constitution, led the country through the War of 1812. 5. James Monroe. James Monroe's presidency, known as the Era of Good Feelings, introduced the Monroe Doctrine. 6. John Quincy Adams. John Quincy Adams, son of John Adams, was a strong opponent of slavery and negotiated key treaties. 7. Andrew Jackson. Andrew Jackson, a war hero and founder of the Democratic Party, is known for his populist policies and the Indian Removal Act. 8. Martin Van Buren. Martin Van Buren, Jackson's successor, struggled with the Panic of 1837 and economic depression. 9. William Henry Harrison. William Henry Harrison served the shortest presidency, dying just a month after taking office. 10. John Tyler. John Tyler, the first vice president to become president, annexed Texas. 11. James K. Polk. James K. Polk led the U.S. during the Mexican-American War, expanding the nation significantly. 12. Zachary Taylor. Zachary Taylor, a hero of the Mexican-American War, died in office after only 16 months. 13. Millard Fillmore. Millard Fillmore approved the Compromise of 1850, including the Fugitive Slave Act. 14. Franklin Pierce. Franklin Pierce's support for the Kansas-Nebraska Act led to violent conflicts over slavery. 15. James Buchanan. James Buchanan's inability to address the secession crisis is often blamed for the Civil War. 16. Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln, who led the nation through the Civil War and abolished slavery, was assassinated in 1865. 17. Andrew Johnson. Andrew Johnson oversaw the early Reconstruction era and was the first president to be impeached. 18. Ulysses Grant. Ulysses Grant, a Civil War hero, supported Reconstruction and civil rights, but faced many scandals. 19. Rutherford Hayes. Rutherford Hayes ended Reconstruction and faced a contested election. 20. James Garfield. James Garfield was assassinated after only a few months in office. 21. Chester Arthur. Chester Arthur promoted civil service reform with the Pendleton Act. 22. Grover Cleveland. Grover Cleveland, known for his vetoes, was the first president to serve non-consecutive terms. 23. Benjamin Harrison. Benjamin Harrison passed the McKinley Tariff and the Sherman Antitrust Act. 24. Grover Cleveland. Grover Cleveland faced the Panic of 1893 during his second term. 25. William McKinley. William McKinley led the nation during the Spanish-American War and was assassinated in 1901. 26. Theodore Roosevelt. Theodore Roosevelt, known for his progressive policies and the Panama Canal, promoted the Square Deal. 27. William Howard Taft. William Howard Taft continued antitrust actions and later became Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. 28. Woodrow Wilson. Woodrow Wilson led the U.S. through World War I and advocated for the League of Nations. 29. Warren G. Harding. Warren G. Harding's presidency was marked by scandals, including Teapot Dome. 30. Calvin Coolidge. Calvin Coolidge, known for his laissez-faire approach, presided over the Roaring Twenties. 31. Herbert Hoover. Herbert Hoover's presidency was dominated by the onset of the Great Depression. 32. Franklin D. Roosevelt. Franklin D. Roosevelt led the nation through the Great Depression and World War II with his New Deal policies. 33. Harry Truman. Harry Truman ended World War II and initiated the Marshall Plan and led the start of the Cold War. 34. Dwight D. Eisenhower. Dwight D. Eisenhower oversaw economic prosperity and the construction of the interstate highway system. 35. John F. Kennedy. John F. Kennedy faced the Cuban Missile Crisis and advocated for civil rights before his assassination. 36. Lyndon B. Johnson. Lyndon B. Johnson passed significant civil rights legislation and escalated the Vietnam War. 37. Richard Nixon. Richard Nixon opened relations with China but resigned due to the Watergate scandal. 38. Gerald Ford. Gerald Ford pardoned Nixon and faced economic challenges. 39. Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter focused on human rights but struggled with the Iran hostage crisis and economic issues. 40. Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan's conservative policies, Reaganomics, and role in ending the Cold War defined his presidency. 41. George H. W. Bush. George H. W. Bush led the U.S. during the Gulf War and saw the end of the Cold War. 42. Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton oversaw economic prosperity and faced impeachment over the Monica Lewinsky scandal. 43. George W. Bush. George W. Bush led the nation through 9/11 and initiated wars in Afghanistan and Iraq. 44. Barack Obama. Barack Obama passed the Affordable Care Act and led the mission to kill Osama bin Laden. 45. Donald Trump. Donald Trump was known for his unconventional style, tax reform, and facing 2 impeachments. 46. Joe Biden. Joe Biden has faced the COVID-19 pandemic and focused on infrastructure and climate change initiatives. Thanks for joining us on this historical journey through America's presidents. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more insightful content.